Good evening, Darklings. You're tuned into the very best in paranormal talk radio. This is the Paranormal 60 News. And tonight, NASA is eyeing a moon crashing asteroid, an asteroid that may come to Earth if the moon doesn't get in the way. And a former NASA agent weighs in on UFOs and aliens. Bigfoot? Bad influence? Perhaps. And are swamp lights luring fishermen to their deaths? Those are just some of the stories, along with a brand new Nessie sighting and a brand new PARATUNEs. That's all tonight, right here, next on the Paranormal 60 News. Let us begin. This is the Paranormal 60 News. I am your lead anchor, Dave Schrader. And joining me on tonight's program, my right-hand man with the plan, Chachi, and his muted microphone. Good evening and welcome to the program, Chachi.
I just wanted a longer opening. That was all. Sorry.
Oh, is that it was? Yeah, well played. It was all about the drama. Good to see you, my friend. You are here. Greg is not. The Colonel out servicing the planet some way, but he did want us to start the show off with a smile.
That's the Colonel.
No, that is the Colonel. And you and I will be hanging out with the Colonel this weekend.
We will.
How exciting. We've got a lot that's going to be going on while we're in Texas, dealing a little business while we're out there, maybe a little fun. Who knows? I'm not here to guess. But if you are anywhere near the Texas area, good luck finding us because we're going to be very busy. I will tell you, Friday night, we're going to be out at a bar watching Lyle Blackburn's band play.
Nice.
Right? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, you knew that. You knew the name of the place. I don't know it. What's the name of the club? Let's get some more people out there for Lyle Blackburn.
Sure. It's in downtown Dallas called Sundown at Granada. Great little band.
At Granada is the name of the club. We'll be there along with the Colonel, the greatest American hero. We're going to try to get Greg to show up. I've been people laying out chiclets outside his door, trying to trick him with candy. We'll see if we can get him to come on out.
It's not going to happen, I don't think.
No?
No, I've been all over him today.
All right.
He's not budging.
That could be the part of the problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her to the program because she is out there. She's waiting to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, the sweetest of all teas, Sweet Tea. Good evening, Sweet Tea.
Hi. How are you guys doing? I don't remember getting an invite to this weekend. What's going on? What are you guys doing?
Originally, it was just Chachi and I, and we had work that we have to get done. And then, then the Colonel. And then that's just because he's done, saving the universe, basically.
Right.
And then Greg, and again, this all came together very quickly. Greg can't make it. So this was more of like a business thing for the Chachi and I. And now we just have this anchor around our throat known as the Colonel. But we're going to have a good time anyway. So that's what's going on. We got a lot of news to cover. You're looking a little dark tonight there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's my laptop. It's weird.
Oh, I was, if you were Greg, you'd say you were on the moon base on the dark side of the moon.
So I'm in my UFO that is also with other UFOs. So it's dark in here. We like ambiance.
What, Chachi?
She's not purple. That's good.
She's not. She's just darkly shaded.
David, real fast, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Just a quick update. So, as you know, I spent a little bit of time in HR's office this week. The show last week had quite a bit of alcohol. So I have been advised that this week I should not force the alcohol into my liver. Instead, they recommend I have an ice cream. So I'm going to be drinking ice cream during the show tonight, Dave.
As you should.
I gotta go.
That's mostly because he's got to get up really early in the morning to pick me up at the airport. Let's just be honest. HR.
And he threatened me about not being on the show because he said I would make it run too long and then he wouldn't get to sleep in time to catch his flight.
And I was still right because we're now 5.5 minutes in and haven't gotten to one news story when Chachi himself said, we got to keep it to 60 minutes, buddy. 60 minutes. And that's what we're going to do as close as we possibly can. Plus, we do have a PARATUNE. And I know Chachi's excited about those. So
I'm not comfortable. I feel like something's wrong. What's going on right now?
It's you talking when I'm trying to read my news story. That's the immediate thing that's wrong. Yeah.
Right. But
yeah, let me just push this like this first. It's been a while since I've had to do that, but I feel like if we want to keep the show on track, this is how we're going to do it. There's a rock out there, not Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but there is a rock out there, roughly the size of a 20-story building, and it's cruising through space with a possible date, not with Earth though, but with our moon. Asteroid 2024 YR4 has gotten the attention of NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, which recently updated its odds of a lunar collision in 2032. The chances ticked up ever so slightly from 3.8% to 4.3%. And while that might not sound like much, it's enough to keep scientists riveted. This isn't a planet killer, but it's no pebble either. A direct hit on Earth would be catastrophic, comparable to 500 Hiroshima bombs going off at once. Thankfully, Earth is in the clear, but the moon, that could be a different story. But here's the twist. Some experts are actually hoping it strikes. Why? None of you want to weather a guess?
I thought we were going to keep the show 60 minutes.
Yeah, because it could offer something we've never had before, a front row seat to an asteroid impact in real time on a surface we know well. It could be a scientific jackpot. New data, new insights, maybe even a fresh crater for future astronauts to explore. Okay, if it hits our planet, it is a planet killer. If it hits the moon, maybe a crater. Maybe a crater.
The moon bigger than Earth, Dave?
No. No, but is it made of stainless steel? I don't understand. How does something hit the moon and the moon's like, bets it off? No, possible. Maybe a crater. Who knows?
We're being lied to is what it is.
That's what it's starting to look like. The asteroid is currently out of telescope range. Convenient, NASA, but it'll swing back around in 2028. And when it does, you can bet NASA's eyes and maybe the rest of ours will be skyward, watching the moon. My question, and I'm not a scientist, although I am quite brainy. True? It is. I've watched a lot of Beakman's World, but I'm still left with many questions. If something that hits our planet could be a planet killer, if something hits our moon, which is essentially a big dust ball, right?
Sure.
And it hits with such power, could it not maybe knock our moon out of alignment? And more importantly, couldn't it like send careening towards our planet billions of pounds of lunar dust that could blanket us like an atomic snowfall anyway?
Wouldn't that burn up as it comes into the atmosphere?
That part.
I don't know.
Didn't watch that episode?
I didn't get that far. I got 2 episodes in and I fell asleep.
Oh,
yeah. But Beakman's World was pretty cool at its time, as I remember hearing.
Yeah.
But maybe Sweet Tea has better news for us when it comes to NASA and what's going on out there. Sweet Tea, what have you got to report?
Right after I explain this drink I'm enjoying, which is what I have named the Twizzler, which is a berry vodka with a cherry flavored beverage. Delightful. I'm going to tell you all about former NASA agent says UFOs? Sure. Aliens? Not so sure. Joseph Guthines has worked with NASA, hunted moon rocks, and dealt with plenty of strange reports. But when it comes to aliens visiting Earth, He's not buying it. In an interview this week, the retired agent turned attorney said he doesn't doubt people are seeing something. He just doubts it's from another world. UFOs are real, just not the A part, he says. They're unidentified, doesn't mean they're alien. Instead, Guthines points to drones, maybe Chinese, maybe Russian, maybe your neighbor's overenthusiastic tech toy. And as for Area 51, let someone go in and take a look, he says with a shrug. Still, even skeptics admit the mystery is worth exploring, and with public interest in UFOs and UAPs, same thing, at an all-time high, Guthine's voice adds a sobering counterpoint to the swirling theories. Are we alone in the universe? He's not ruling it out, but if they're coming here, they're doing a very good job of keeping it under wraps. Back to you, Dave.
That ice cream looks like it melted quickly there, Chachi. Are you now enjoying a lemonade, a crisp, clean
No,
lemonade?
that's ice.
Uh-huh.
When it melts, it turns to cream.
I don't think that's
That's
mathing
it.
properly.
What ice does.
So,
Beakman's episode 3.
Beekman's World. I'll have to go back and check that one out. Sweet tea, way to bring the party down. Oh, probably no UFOs. Oh, probably not.
I didn't
aliens.
write that. I was given
really?
that to read.
By who?
You.
The man? The man?
Yeah, you are the man of this show who gave me the article.
I
What?
don't care for the
Patriarchy.
Do I look like I'm like a swing chef with the
You look weird. See, that's part of the weirdness of this episode. You look weird.
It looks here, should I do the look like a swing? What do they call him? A sous chef? A swing
Sous
chef?
chef. When you said swing, I'm like, what the is
That
a
look
swing
like
chef?
order up. Yeah.
There's no
down.
pineapples on it.
Really hot in here.
Let's just
Okay, we don't need to go that far.
No, we do. We need a few more viewers, and I've lost some weight, so let's just take advantage.
Go.
Let me
Oh!
make Linus dance a little bit. He's got green around him, so he's automatically green screening. But that's neither here nor there. Chachi, you've got a story to share with us, and I don't think anything's going to beat Dave shirtless on a Paranormal 60 News
How
night.
could
but
it?
Let's try.
Yeah.
Could you just, while I read, put yourself center screen, take us off, and stand up for us?
No,
Do the peck dance. Make
No, I
the
can't,
things do this.
I can't.
Oh.
But thanks for asking.
Listen, I cannot believe we are not just being blown up with those dollar things right now.
Right.
I'll keep an eye on that. And as the money comes in to have me put my shirt back on, when we reach $100 in donations, I'll put my shirt back on. I think that's fair.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Chachi.
You know what? You're asking for no money is what you're asking for. No one wants you to put your shirt on. No,
that's not true. I bet Winnie's upstairs trying to find her credit card right now. Put your dumb shirt on. All right. Go for it, Chachi. You got a story.
We're going too fast. The show's going to be over in 20 minutes. Okay, gotcha. All right, now this one is a little difficult. Okay, so I want everybody to I'm going to take it slow. Here we go. Bigfoot or bad influence? That's the question. A Michigan town is torn over a 14-foot cannabis mascot. Dave, he's tall, he's hairy, and he's parked right outside of a pot shop, causing a mammoth stir. In Menominee, is that right?
Sure.
Menominee. Yeah.
Menominee.
Menominee.
In Menominee, Michigan, a 14-foot tall Sasquatch statue, I had the comma in the wrong place, has appeared outside the Higher Love dispensary, owned by who, Dave?
Steve Winwood.
Correct. Towering like a mythic guardian, or depending on who you ask, a terrifying symbol of everything wrong with modern marketing. The city's planning commission was hit with an earful of opinions, ranging from amused to outraged. Critics claim the statue, along with the shop's earlier sidewalk dancing Sasquatch mascot, might appeal to children and normalize cannabis use. Do you think that would happen, Dave?
I don't, if it was Elmo or Cookie Monster.
Right. Or a camel.
Maybe. A camel.
Joe Camel.
He didn't ever seem to me to be cartoony. He was just
Well,
kind of
that
like
was the whole argument.
looked like a kind of a sleazy camel that you wouldn't let your daughter hang out with.
Yeah, a camel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one resident called it that big gorilla by the bridge, and another one flat out called it scary. But Higher Love's president, Joni Moore, ooh, Chachi, Joni, I got it.
Huh?
That's exactly the point. It's not supposed to be cute, she said. It's not cuddly. It's a little intimidating. That's not a kid-friendly mascot. The irony? In another location, the same Sasquatch stands unbothered and beloved right there in the same town. So what's the difference? Maybe it's the proximity to schools. Maybe it's the 1979 era building codes. Or maybe Sasquatch just knows.
Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
We are 3 stories in. You're that tanked on an ice cream drink?
Ice cream float, Dave. Yeah.
Sasquatched. Oh, wait. This just in. Breaking news. Bonsai Warrior has ended the reign of the shirtless host. $100 donation.
You are
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Put your shirt back on, Dave. You know the
I
sad
never
part
got a chance to ask where the gun show was.
Wait a second.
What?
The sad part is I'm wearing a white shirt. Is there really any difference
No.
between you
I
wearing
didn't
it
know it
and
was
not
off.
wearing it?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I can't tell the difference.
That was a little Michael for you.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you, Bonsai Warrior, for the $100 donation.
Wow.
You guys want it back
You know
up?
what?
Let's see 300
If
more.
I
show
take
up.
my shirt off and ask for $100, can I have that $100?
Not on
Or
this
are you
show.
gonna take? Okay.
Not on this show. No.
You're
Do it
going to
on
end up paying
Monster
her like
Phone.
me.
Mm.
All right. I'm sorry. Chach, you were involved in a very important social story here,
Yes.
where you're talking to us about why is one Bigfoot, the exact same Bigfoot statue, okay a few blocks away? Is it the
Right.
proximity to the school? Is it, I don't know, one was born on the wrong side of the Bigfoot tracks? Who knows?
Well, for now, Dave,
Mhm.
the statue is staying. But in a town that hasn't updated its zoning laws since disco was king, Bigfoot may have stepped right into the middle of a much bigger cultural collision.
Whew.
I don't know about that.
You're not sure, huh? It's kind of weird to automatically assume a Bigfoot is going to encourage kids to smoke cannabis. How about the fact that it's legal in their state to smoke cannabis? That might be encouraging enough for people to want to smoke cannabis.
And state statutes have to be signed off by the governor, correct?
Yes.
So the governor, their Congress, House Representative, Senate, they all signed off on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And now they're complaining about the Sasquatch being the driver behind it.
Yeah.
The
Will
driver
there
behind
be a statute that we'll have to talk about next?
as long
I
as I
hope
don't say it, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I doubt you'll be able to in about 5 more minutes.
That's the plan.
We should go live tomorrow or Saturday from Texas. And
A little
just do
break-in, you think?
a little bonus show.
We did one of those, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It was quite fun.
Yeah. We were sweating it out, sweating to the oldies. All right, let's get going. We've got a couple of other compelling, weird stories to share here this evening. But I feel like, first of all, I do want to recognize Rick Ehrman. He's throwing $10 and saying, "Sweet tea."
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi.
DJ Davis, how much for the pants to come off?
Who's he talking to?
I'm guessing me, because
Yeah.
I was the first to derobe on air here.
But not the last.
You know what? What's to tell you that I'm wearing them right now anyway, TJ?
Thank you.
Yeah. Addie Firebird. I don't know how to read this donation to me. $20. I can't. Dave. Is she trying to get me to keep my shirt on? Keep my shirt
No.
off?
She is angry with Bonsai because he paid you off to put his shirt on.
Oh.
Yeah. She wants a
Bonsai throwing me $100. Sarah Shaw says, "Okay, then waiting now for Chachi or Sweet Tea." Yeah, I don't have license for that. TJ Davis, another $2. Bigfoot sold me an 8-ball behind a truck stop once.
Fair enough.
Wow.
That should be the name of one of your new books, Sweet Tea.
Yes,
Bigfoot
I
sold me an
agree.
8-ball. Yeah, you should consider
Done.
that as a possible deal.
Consider
Chachi.
it's already done.
Chach, I feel like while you're here, we should take full advantage of your love of music and introduce.
It's time now for PARATUNES. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I was contacted by the Puppet Queen, and it is not Jenny Monroe, which was surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising.
The Puppet Queen has released some new music on the YouTubes and on different streaming services. And she has some paranormal themed music. And I asked, would you mind, since you're introducing yourself to our world now? Her first song out is called Introducing the Puppet Queen. And she was delighted to share this with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Puppet Queen with Introducing the Puppet Queen.
They called me porcelain, still and sweet, but silence keeps secrets you can repeat. And when the lullaby breaks the night, I become the storm they try to hide. Pretty face, but I burned with rot. Kept me caged where the shadows forgot. They dress me up to keep me down, but I learned to purr before I'd run. Cracks in my skin, divine disgrace. Laced with fire, I burned this place. You thought me meek, how quaint, how kind, but baby, rage was always mine. Now rise, rise, there screams a spell. My music box sings straight from hell. I don't beg, I bloom in flame. My mannequin waltzes when I name. I rain wires, lace and dash. The puppet queen don't break, she thrash. Daddy's doll with a broken jaw. Now I back with painted claw. Your lies, your shame, my fucking wear. With blood red lips and don't play scared. One snap and I take control. My voice a whip, my soul a scroll. You stitched me wrong, now watch me dance. My shattered grin, your last romance. Crack me, break me, make me scream. I am the glitch in your perfect dream. Porcelain thorns and wicked thread. I roll your thoughts inside your head. Now rise, rise, this screams a spell. My music box sings straight from hell. This is my beginning, not my plea. My mannequin waltzes deep with me. I rain wire, lust and seed. The puppet queen don't kneel beneath. Now rises, screams a spell. The puppet queen don't kneel beneath, don't bleed. I was made to shatter. Call me porcelain skin, but now I burn beneath your feet.
Wow. That was powerful, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That
Yeah.
is top 2-3 of all time we've had on here for sure.
Yep, I would agree. That is the Puppet Queen. Introducing the Puppet Queen. She has a few more songs, I Am a Ghost, and a few others that'll be coming out.
Come on.
And she has offered to let us share them on the show. And from the response of the audience, obviously it went well. So I guess we will give her that opportunity to come back, spend a little time with us, and share another song or two as the future continues to unfold on this uncertain show. We need to take a quick break. We'll come
What's her
back.
name?
We've got more news, more fun, but no more tunes to share right here on the Paranormal 60 News.
Now, during the Halloween season, the veil between the worlds gets thinner and the chills get real. Oh, so very real. Something is waiting in the dark, and it's calling your name. So answer the call this Halloween season for the Paranormal 60 presents Halloween Haunts and Hijinks, October 9th through the 12th, for a supernatural weekend you'll never forget. It's being held at the historic haunted Palmer House Hotel in Sauk Center, Minnesota. Join Dave Schrader from the Holzer Files, Ghosts of Devil's Perch, and the host of the Paranormal 60 podcast. He's teaming up with Dalen Spratt from Ghost Brothers and Phantom Forensics. And we have heart-centered, intuitive Diet Renee for a weekend packed with spine-tingling experiences. You'll have 2 nights of live investigations and paranormal experiments, interactive workshops, gallery readings, and meet and greets, live presentations with experts themselves. This isn't just an event, it's a doorway to the unknown. So you have to ask yourself, do you dare cross it? Now, tickets are limited, so please book your Halloween Haunts and Hijinks adventure now at darknessevents.com. Again, that is darknessevents.com.
We are back. We've got more news to share. Swamp lights are luring fishermen to their deaths, and science has no answers. Yet another reason not to go out of doors, because when lights start killing you, it's just God's way of telling you, don't go outside.
No.
Go thrifting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
go thrifting. That's what he wants us to do. So I'm at the thrift store yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
as I am wont to do.
Yep.
And walking about, when this woman goes, "Are you Dave?" And I go, "Yes." And she goes, "My husband and I are huge fans of the Holzer Files. You know, we call Shane shark bait at our house." And I said, "You what?" She goes, "Will you tell Shane next time you talk to him that we call him shark bait?" I said, "No,
No.
you're going to tell him right now." So I whipped out my phone and I did the recording, the selfie face thing, and then turned the phone over to her, and she addressed Shane and told him that their nickname for him is lovingly known as shark bait. So welcome now, Shane Sharkbait Pittman. That will be actually, that's kind of a catch, either like a poker player or a really lame MMA fighter.
Oh, both are great.
Yeah. So
You can't
Shane
lose.
Sharkbait Pittman.
You got shark in the name. You can't lose. How is that possible?
I don't know.
Cheers.
I can't think of one. Can't think
Did you
of
ever
one.
hear Baby Shark?
Yeah. There you go. Congratulations. You've won tonight's internet. Right-hand man Chachi. West Bengal's haunted marshlands have long whispered of strange ghostly lights, but now those whispers are turning into screams. The Alea lights, eerie blue-green orbs said to float just above the swampy waters, are back with a vengeance. Sightings have spiked by over 300% since May. Just since May. But I need to know, what was it before May? Because was it like once it was seen and now it's been seen 3 times? So that's like 300 times more. I don't know. Let's find out together. Tragically, 5 fishermen have vanished without a trace in just the past month.
What?
Is that an uptick by 500% of fishermen that have gone missing?
If there was one in May, yes.
Yeah. Locals believe these lights are the restless souls of drowned fishermen, doomed to lure the living into the same watery fate. Skeptics call it swamp gas. I don't know why that makes me laugh. But what happens when that gas seems to follow you? Honey, it's just swamp gas and it's following me. I have to be careful of those next two words because it could trip me up. Shift direction or hover inches from your boat.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens? One survivor described the lights as watching him. Another claimed he lost all sense of direction, barely making it home by sunrise. I've heard that. I've heard that excuse used. Honey, it was crazy. It was a ball of light, and I couldn't get home in time. I'm sorry it took me till sun up to make it home. Maybe the reason that these guys are going missing is their wives have had enough of their shit and shenanigans, and they're just throwing them out there. They're chumming the water. They're shark baiting their husbands. Yeah,
Verbed it. I like it.
Yeah. I've sworn tonight. Our singer swore I've been shirtless. It's an anything goes night. We don't know what could happen. I'm hoping at some point Sweet Tea takes a mouthful of booze and aims it at Chachi and just spits and lights a lighter. I don't know how that's going to look on this, but let's see if it happens.
Okay.
Let's get up to $200 to set Chachi on fire tonight.
Bring it.
Is there a filter for that? Can we handle that, Chachi? Researchers are now scrambling to understand it. While gases like methane and phosphine might ignite, they do. As a former keeper of the Brotherhood of the Eternal Blue Flame, I can assure you that methane ignites. They don't explain how the lights move or seem aware of human presence. Well, again, I can tell you how they move. Right? One physicist put it bluntly, this isn't normal atmospheric behavior. I'm not sure that's what a physicist would sound like, but
I'm pretty sure that's right.
I'm right on it. Oxford Dr. Sarah Matthews is now on site, calling the Aliyah lights the most interactive ghost lights she's ever studied. And the Indian government, they're pouring serious money, over 2 crore, into unlocking the deadly mystery. I don't know what is 2 crore worth in American dollars.
Sounds
Can you spell that?
Can I use it? Can you use it in a sentence first? Yes, it is a weird little, and then the number 2, and then CRORE, crore. Yeah, they're spending serious money, over 2 crore, into unlocking this deadly mystery. This question isn't just what these lights are, it's why they're changing and what they might want. Well, it's easy to tell why they're changing. It's those stupid LEDs all the teens have. That's what's going on. Science debunked. Kapow. You're welcome, science. Beekman Schmeekman, Schrader's World. That's what this should be.
Dang.
Damn, them is fighting words. What am I worried about? Beekman's going to show up and challenge me to a game of chess?
He would win, but yeah.
Maybe. Depends on if I keep my shirt on or not. Can
That's
be quite
true.
distracting to Beekman.
Dave, I've got an answer on the crories.
Yes, crories. What have we got?
So 1 crore is equal to 10 million something or others.
Pesos?
So 2 crores. Nope. LAKH.
All right. It's all settled.
So 2 crores would be 20 million. But a crore is equal to 133,000 American dollars.
Oh, so the prickly prick was right. It's almost enough for Sweet Tea to disrobe, but not quite enough.
Not quite enough.
Yeah, not quite. It's so close, but not quite enough.
I would be so mad if I knew what was going on right now.
That's why we have you on.
Yeah, why should you be caught up now?
No, what?
No,
That's weird.
Right? Exactly. Boy, I will be honest with you. I'm looking here. We've got 3 stories left, and we have 25 minutes.
We
just run like 12 minutes of commercials to fill. I was unprepared. I really thought you guys were going to mumble and bumble through this a lot more. I'm taking my shirt off. I've done my part.
Fine, I will do it too. Jesus, hold
You're
on.
gonna take my shirt off? I don't
Yeah.
think Winnie's gonna like that. All right.
I can't reach over there.
Shall we head to the Bonnie Loch in Scotland to find out what's going on with Nessie?
Okay, I'm not going to use that accent because I didn't do that. Nessie resurfaces 2025 second sighting. Just when you thought it was safe to stop scanning Scottish waters, Nessie makes another appearance. The second official Loch Ness monster sighting of the year was recently logged thanks to a sharp-eyed participant in the Loch Ness Quest, an organized monster hunt hosted by the Loch Ness Center. The sighting came from Urquhart Bay, where a thin, dark object surfaced, briefly vanished, and then returned, seemingly riding the waves left by a passing boat. The whole thing lasted less than 5 minutes, but the witness captured it on video, another breadcrumb for believers and skeptics alike. Sightings dropped.
What is a breadcrumb?
It's like a breadcrumb, but it's bigger.
Longer.
Sightings dropped sharply last year. Just 3 in all of 2024. But Nessie has always had a flair for the dramatic, and maybe, just maybe, she's not ready to fade into folklore just yet. Do you see how I totally nailed folklore? So, was it a log, a wave, or the world's most elusive lake legend reminding us she's still watching? Back to you, Dave.
Now, Dave, I don't know if you're aware. Last month, when you sent me on assignment to Scotland,
Yes.
I actually went to the Loch Ness Center and did some research.
Uh-huh.
Did you do anything for the show?
Nothing for the show.
Okay.
I did
And by
independent
research, he meant he got drunk at the local distillery. Yeah.
There is actually a distillery on site at the Loch Ness Center.
I know. Remember, I got the bottle of Dark Ness beer.
That's right, you did.
Uh-huh. So I'm thrifting. I don't know if I've told this story yet, but let me go through this. I was thrifting recently, and I purchased a really cool item a few years ago. As I'm going through the shelves, I see this. I think I have a problem, guys. I collect a lot of baggage, and I don't mean like emotional or mental baggage. I mean like luggage. I collect a lot of it because I travel a lot, and the different airports and airlines are brutal. I don't buy new luggage because if I buy a new used piece of luggage today, by the end of August, I'm going to have to throw that bag out and start with another new used piece of luggage. And it's not like I'm buying new used luggage. It's like being held by duct tape and twine. It's all brand new looking stuff. It's just that the airports are really mean to luggage nowadays. But anywho, I saw this interesting satchel and I was like, oh, what's that? And I went to grab it and it was heavier than I expected. And I opened said satchel and inside was a portable VHS player. So you know how our kids, Chach, grew up with that portable DVD player with a flip up screen.
Sure.
Imagine that, only it's like a 20-pound VHS player with a screen that pops up. And I thought, this is $6.99. How can I not buy this? Even if it doesn't work, I could use it to kill a Yeti if I ever get into a bare knuckle brawl with one. Right?
Absolutely.
So I buy it. I take it home. I break out one of my old VHS tapes. I used to do plays back in the day. I was in the play ER. I was in the play Annie, Get Your Gun. I was in the play, believe it or not, I was in the play The Sound of Music. And I sang in said play.
I have a question about the ER play. Was this based on the TV show? Were you?
No, this was prior to the TV show.
Oh, it was okay. So the TV show is based on the play you did?
Yes, actually it is. So there you have it. So the I have been in many things. So I pop in a videotape. Oh, my kids get a kick out of watching dad dance and prance and show himself off. And it's basically sat on the shelf ever since. So I'm at the store the other day and I'm looking through DVDs because I still like DVDs. I also have that problem. I buy luggage and DVDs. But there was a VHS tape and it was a homemade VHS tape. No, hold on, Chach, trust me on this. And it says Godzilla I-M-N. Godzilla I, like E-Y-E-M-N. And I think, all right, well, I am a Godzilla fan. I'm also a James Bond fan. Maybe this moron was trying to write GoldenEye because they recorded the James Bond movie GoldenEye, but they got distracted and they recorded it when they were in Minnesota. So I buy because it's 99 cents. Again, how can I go wrong? Right? Worst case scenario, I can throw it at a hobo as I drive by.
Why
Right?
would you do that?
Because maybe he's got a VHS player and he'd like to watch it. Why
It was only $7. Yeah.
God.
Mhm.
So, anywho, I take it home. I alert the wife. We break out one of the finest boxes of wine we have. We pour ourselves a little Chablis, I believe is how you say it.
Yep.
And we sit down. I turn on the VHS player, poke in the tape. And would you like me to give you a visual representation of what I watched, Chachi, for 10 minutes?
I would.
Okay. You asked for it.
Yep.
Maybe I should make people pay for this. And
Bonsai, what do you got?
Bonsai, let's see, another $100. I kid you not. It is 10 minutes of this. Of Godzilla's eye just staring at the lens and blinking. And then I'm thinking that's kind of weird, right? And then Winnie goes, what's that in the background?
Oh no.
So I amp up the volume a little bit, and there's voices, like EVP style voices, somewhere hidden, buried in the track. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Somebody's probably just in the other room. And then there is screaming. So I did what any normal, rational person would do, is I called on video phone Jenny and Tressa from the Monsters Lounge, which can be heard on the Paranormal 60 network.
That's
And
right.
I told them the story, and then I played the video for them. And they said, why are you making us watch this? And I said, because I've seen the movie The Ring, and this is now
Okay.
your problem.
You absolutely said that.
I did.
I'm not scared. You don't scare me. It's fine. I'm not going to
I
die.
wasn't trying to scare you. I was just trying to get
I
rid of the
think you
curse
were.
from me
Mhm.
to you, because let's face it, that's the way the Colonel would want it.
Mm.
You know,
God
if you think
bless.
about it, he didn't
Yeah.
call me. He wasn't
Nope.
trying to get rid of me.
Yeah,
love
no, I
my
get it.
shirt.
I get it. You guys
Yeah.
have plans this weekend. I was not invited. I get it. I get it.
So many plans. I can't even tell you how many plans we have because there are so many of them. Let's do this. Now you've heard my stories, and I'll tell you what, if we can raise another $100,
Oh no.
I will upload that video to my Paranormal 60 YouTube channel, and you too can watch Godzilla's Eye from Minnesota.
For how long?
So let's see it. Where are we at right now? Let me go into comments. Where are we at? Cat Bringle starting it off at $1.99.
Come on. You can do better than
Happy
that.
birthday, Crystal and Mandy.
2 birthdays.
Yeah, 2
Nice.
birthdays.
Happy
That's amazing.
birthday.
So let's see if you really want to see Godzilla's Eye, MN. Let's see another
It's worth
$100. Bonsai, you got it in you?
It's
Chachi
worth
doesn't
it.
think you're man enough to do it, but I do.
Mhm.
So
No.
I mean, yeah, that's just the way I fit.
I'll fight.
You'll fight? Is that the way it's going to go?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We've
Mm.
got 2 or 3 more stories, and then the end of the show. See how I'm filling. This is what we call filling.
You
but
are.
still,
It's really good.
it's still intriguing and interesting. As a matter of fact, speaking of intriguing and interesting, I don't know if you guys are aware of a little project that I'm a part of.
Did you know that radio just got a little extraterrestrial? That's right, Dave Schrader is back on radio with the Paranormal 360 every Sunday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Central on WCCO AM 830, an Odyssey station. Just download the Odyssey app and look for the WCCO logo, follow the station, and listen live. That's the Paranormal 360 on WCCO AM 830, an Odyssey station.
And I know what you're thinking. Why, Dave? Why in God's green earth would you interrupt tonight's program to tell us about another radio show you're on? Well, it's because that's what's coming up this Sunday is a very special edition. Because I don't know if I told you guys, I wrote a book called Theater of the Mind, which
is that
takes you
true?
through different paranormal stories. And those were real stories that have been shared with me over the years. But I really loved the concept of that book because I grew up listening to cassettes. Boy, I'm really dating myself now. VHS and cassettes. And I danced and sang in The Sound of Mucus. Anyway, I used to listen to cassettes, you see, of old time radio shows like The Outer Limits and the Shadow and the Green Hornet. And I loved those theaters of the mind. So what I've got for you this weekend on WCCO radio is two hours of theater of the mind style programming where you can tune in, and we're going to revisit those days of yesteryear where you can actually tune in and be reminded of what it was like for families in days of yore who would get together in front of the family radio because there was no TV, there was no tablet, there was no cell phone. It's true, kids. We're not making this up to mess with you. Those things didn't exist at one point in history. Anywho, people used to get together to listen to radio, to hear amazing stories. And this Sunday, 8 brand new stories you've never heard before will be shared. There's some music elements that Winnie has put behind them. I have done the narration, some of the sound effects, and I hope that you'll tune in because I'm really excited. And I would love for that episode to blow up and kind of show WCCO radio that there's still a love for radio out there.
Yes.
And where everybody else is just hearing Radio Goo Goo and Radio Gaga, you can tune in to WCCO and hear Radio Blah Blah with me.
Oh, that
Sunday
sounds
night, 7 to
intriguing.
9. Yeah, so check it out. And I'll put a link up for it Sunday night, but I do hope you check it out. I'm really excited about it. There's some really cool mind-bending stories that are a part of this. So that's what's going on this Sunday. All right, let's get to it. We only have a couple stories left. And Chachi, I think I've given you enough time to drink your milkshake. Let's go. Where are we going next, sir?
Dave,
That's me.
my throat. This is a tough one. Now,
I've been talking for 15 minutes. You couldn't clear your throat and drink that to help open up the dangling participles?
it's very mucusy.
All the
Sound of
milk
music.
from the ice cream.
Yeah. So
Oh.
and you sound all grunchy all of a sudden there, sweetie. What's going on?
Yeah. You know.
Milk from the ice cream.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, as I was preparing this story, Dave,
Uh-huh.
I noticed that some of the words were not words I'd ever seen before.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Oh,
Mhm.
the world is ready.
The story, Dave, is about fairies.
Okay.
F-A-E-R-I-E-S.
Thank you for clarifying.
Fairies.
Yeah.
So, abducted by fairies, dark folklore with real world consequences. Now, what I didn't mention, Dave, is when I was in Scotland doing research for the show,
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Tea acts like the first time she's heard this story.
No, I've heard it so many times. You told me so many times.
I traveled up into the nether regions of Scotland.
Nether regions. So
Have you ever heard of the fairy pools in Scotland, Dave?
I have not.
This is a real place. Lots of people go there.
Mhm.
It's where fairies originated.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. The Reverend Robert Kirk. Have you heard of the
Oh.
Reverend Robert Kirk?
I love this guy.
Wasn't
He's
he,
my favorite.
Was he part of WWE in the early years?
Back in the 1600s, the
Oh, yeah.
early WWE. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Mm.
I would invite any of you to look up the Reverend Robert Kirk, fairies, and the story behind it. It is absolutely fantastic.
Totally bonkers. It's a great story. Everybody go look it up. It's so good.
Well, if
Wow.
we're sending it, are we sending everybody to go look it up because you don't want to read the story because there's so many
No,
hard
no, no,
words?
no. I just want to share that.
Just
I think-
asking clarification.
I think later this year I'll have more to share once all my research is complete.
Oh, all of your wife's research? Yeah.
Listen, yes, my wife is doing the research. Yes, I have heard about her, all the things I just told you from my wife,
Uh-huh.
but I
uh-huh.
regurgitated it as though it was my own.
Yes,
And that's what is important.
it is.
So let's jump right in here.
Sure.
Alien abductions? Forget about it. Quaint Sasquatch encounters? Meh. Let's get weird. Forget wings and
Let's
glitter.
get weird. This night has been nothing. but-
Finally.
Yeah. All right. Let's get more weird. I gave him a moment to take another sip.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Listen, if
No,
I
that's
see an
good.
opportunity, I am going to hit it. Here we go. Forgot where I was. The old world fairies were terrifying, and they didn't ask you before they took you. For centuries, people across Europe have told chilling stories of fairy abductions. Entire villages whispered of men disappearing into glowing circles, only to return years later believing they'd been gone for just a mere minute. Others vanished entirely. Some came back changed, sickly, dazed, or gifted with eerie abilities. There were darker fears too, like changelings. Families believed fairies could swap newborns with sickly imposters, prompting all kinds of strange protective rituals. Iron under pillows, salt in cradles, and Dave, if you can believe it, things that were even worse. These weren't just legends. They shaped laws, superstitions, and even led to murder.
What was that one word? Superstitions?
Murder.
Oh,
What?
Superstitions?
I love when it gets to like the last story of the night and there's S words in there.
Superstitions.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me get back to it.
murder.
Murder. Should I start again?
No, just
No.
continue. These dead air moments are killing our people listening.
No, they're hanging on every syllabus.
Oh,
These weren't just legends. They shaped laws, superstitions, and even led to murder. The case of Bridget Cleary, burned alive by her husband in 1895 because he believed she had been taken and replaced, and it shocked the nation. So, were these tales early attempts to explain mental illness or neurodivergence?
Or abuse?
Nope, it's not abuse.
Okay.
But the patterns, lost time, strange music, glowing lights, mirror modern alien abduction reports. Coincidence or something older in a new disguise? So either way, these weren't your Disney Tinkerbells, Dave. They were tricksters, thieves, and sometimes tormentors. And in some corners of the world, protections are still in place today.
what's this protection you speak of?
It's when you go into a place.
With your head held up high?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've heard the story.
Oh, I've heard.
Okay.
I've heard the story. Why I could walk in with my head held high. All right. Speaking of head held high. What?
But real fast.
Yes.
We still have 7+ minutes to fill.
I know we still have 2 news stories. We're good.
Oh,
Let's check the tally in order to get Godzilla MN on here. We've got Brian Russell throwing $4.99. Oh, he wants to see my musical talents. Brian, that's going to cost you more to see that. Let's see. Alonzo, $4.99. Thank you, Dave, Scotchy, and Sour Tea. Rick Herman, do it. He's throwing $25 our way. And Crystal Ghost, thank you, Dave, and Chachi. Thumbing her nose at old Sweet Tea. So I'm not good at the math. Let's see. That's 5, 30, 35, 40.
We got one more.
Lindsay Holman with 50. We are now at $90. 10 more dollars gets Godzilla Eye uploaded to the interweb.
Let's go, guys.
I thought he was making this story up.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, I thought it was a joke.
Sweet Tea
no,
had
all
15.
facts.
Yeah, we just need 10 more dollars to have Godzilla Eye uploaded within the next. Oh, wait a sec. Nope. I thought we had an update. We don't. Sweet Tea, I'm going to let you take the next story because I'm a little verklempt.
Okay, you need to send it to me then because I was only sent 2 stories.
Nope, that's not true. I'm pretty sure if you scroll down, you'll see a 3rd page in there. Because I printed off the actual news stories I sent to you. You have one about Annabelle, the haunted doll?
I don't. Let me.
Hey guys, now's not the time to work the show out. We've got actual folks that are listening for entertainment purposes.
They've given up on that hopes long ago.
Hey, Chachi, shut up, because Annabelle the Haunted Doll is back on tour, and some say trouble follows. She's traveled from horror films to haunted museums, and now Annabelle, the real-life cursed doll that inspired The Conjuring, is hitting the road again. But should she? The infamous Raggedy Ann-style doll was once locked behind sacred glass in the Warren Occult Museum, sealed with prayers and warnings. Now she's part of a touring collection, and even seasoned paranormal pros are getting uneasy. Chris McKinnell, grandson of Ed and Lorraine Warren, says letting Annabelle out could be dangerous. He claims her energy might trigger real-world harm. I totally read that correctly. Some even whisper she's already stirred up trouble, pointing to a recent accident allegedly tied to her new travels. It all started in 1970 when a student nurse said the doll moved on its own and left mysterious psychic slashes on those who mocked her. The Warrens declared it possessed. The legend exploded. Now, out of her cage and on the move, people are wondering if Annabelle's quiet smile is more than stitched on fabric. Is it all superstition, or is there power in belief? One thing's for sure, Annabelle's story isn't done, and if the past is any warning, she's not one to be taken lightly. Back to you, Dave.
Oh, so you did have that news story, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see it earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That's on me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
Dave,
it
I've
is.
got a question I've wanted to ask for
Wait,
a couple
but first,
That's
we were
fine.
$10 short, ladies and gentlemen. The Bonsai Warrior has made the donation to put us over the limit tonight. Bonsai's into us for like 120 large in donation.
Man.
He made
We
me
all
put
need
my
to
shirt
show
on,
a little.
and now he wants a quick view of my Godzilla.
Oh,
made
is
it
that?
Bonsai
you-
comes out to the concert on Friday night. First
Yeah.
drinks on me. How's that?
Does Bonsai Warrior live out near you?
Doesn't everybody live near Texas?
No, I'm in
Oh,
Minnesota. Yeah. Where are we going on Friday night? What's the name of the club?
Sundown at Granada.
Sundown at Granada in
Granada's
Dallas.
the name of the theater.
Yeah, there's like
Got
3
all these
bands
travel
playing.
points.
3
Yep.
bands are playing, and
Guns N' Roses, AC/DC.
no,
Wow.
no, that is
Not-
incorrect. Not even
That's
close.
quite a show.
to being right. All right, we have got our final story. It is here, believe it or not. Let's get to it, shall we?
want me
All
to read
right.
it?
Something unexplainable is happening at the Maziba Mixed Primary School in Uganda. Students are collapsing, screaming uncontrollably, crawling like snakes, and all of them are shouting one name. Anybody want to guess what that name is? Because this is a surprise to me.
Is it my name?
It is not Sweet
Oh.
Tea. It is
Colonel!
not- No.
Oh, no.
All of them are shouting one name. Monday.
What?
Someone's got a
Monday?
taste of the Mondays, I guess.
Okay.
The school has now been closed indefinitely after what officials are calling a demonic outbreak. And this isn't the first time. We call it summer break here in the United States. You guys call it demonic outbreak, whatever. 6 of one, half a dozen of the others. Last term, a similar mass panic broke out during final exams. Are you kidding me? How dumb is the teaching staff in Uganda?
Wait, in the
we're all
middle of
possessed.
final
We need a
exams?
break. Devil horns on me. Blah. We should go home and close the school. That's
That was my
unbelievable.
go-to.
But wait. Last term, a similar mass panic broke out during final exams. At the time, it was chalked up to stress or maybe just superstition. The school even held a prayer conference and things quieted. That is until June, when the weirdness returned with a vengeance. Now, parents are furious. Teachers are scared. And the man at the center of it, Teacher Expedito Monday. It all comes together.
Oh,
I'm pulling the threads. They're coming together.
Expedito?
full circle.
Yeah, Teacher Expedito Monday. You mock as though I'm saying it wrong. You tell me how do you
No,
pronounce
I'm asking if it's like a dish at a Mexican restaurant
No,
because it
it's a
sounds
teacher.
delicious.
It was pretty clear. Teacher.
No, I think it
Expedito.
might be a dish. It sounds really good. Is it
He's
deep
gone
fried?
missing. possibly in hiding. Despite not being on campus during the incidents, students claim to see him during their episodes. Some say he requested students bring small offerings of money to class. Others think he may have invoked something darker. Whether it's collective trauma, spiritual warfare, or a mass psychological event, nobody has the answers. Unless their name is Expedito Monday. But with the videos going viral and fear spreading fast, Uganda's education authorities are scrambling to stop a crisis that feels like something out of a horror.
Something.
I spent a lot of time with my grandson, and
Yes.
it's the opposite. I'm not wearing off on him. He's wearing off on me. Most of my words are incorrectly pronounced now, like something. Yeah. So that's
It's adorable.
It is.
And I want you to continue. Thank you.
It will, and I shall. But thank you for that nod of compliance. And thank you to all of you, the listeners. Look, we made it to 1 hour, 1 minute, and 46 seconds. We did it because of you, the people. But if you want us to make it past 1 hour and 5 minutes next week, let's see another $100. You don't have to do it. That's it for tonight. Be safe, be kind. Remember, tune in Sunday night to WCCO Radio. Ask your smart device. As a matter of fact, here, let me help you. Hey, Alexa, make sure to listen to WCCO every Sunday night, 7 to 9 p.m. Central. You're welcome.
Dave?
Hey, Google, make sure to tune in to WCCO Radio Sunday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Central. There you
Dave?
go. Yeah.
What's the chance we're going to have an impromptu show the next couple nights?
Probably not good because I have it on good authority. My host will be drunk most of the time.
I'm not going to be there.
Put in the comments right now if that's what you would like to see one of the next 3 nights.
Yes.
We'll watch it during the final moments of the show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to the Puppet Queen for the new song introducing the Puppet Queen. Thank you to our own Puppet Queen, Sweet Tea, the mean Puppet Queen, and to my own right-hand man, Chachi, who I'll be seeing tomorrow. We'll be back with you next Monday with more of the very best and angelic encounters right here on the Paranormal 60.
It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. It's just for paranormal freaks like me, with poltergeists and ghosts and blues and UAPs. You miss a word, you do a shot. It starts to snowball and we laugh a lot. It's just like drinking with your TV friends. I'll be passed out before tonight's show ends, dreaming the aliens are taking me away. I'll go wake up till sometime late on Saturday. It's Wednesday night and I'm alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. Sweet Tea, Chachi, and the Colonel and the Paranormal Detective. All these traders copy and they all will be directed. He's got protective bracelets and some crazy magic tricks. Even Scully cannot save him from the voice of Stevie Nicks. Schrader's on. Schrader's on. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on. Now one day Dave might even put me on his show. There's a ghost in my mom's basement, man, I live down there, I know. It's Wednesday night, don't be alone. The Paranormal 60's on.